Our future for
Hello and
women
welcome,
in
everyone.
Islam.
My name is Barkha Dutt.
Yeah.
And the four women I have here with me this evening all represent different countries, different cultures, and of course, different points of
Yeah.
view. But there is one thing they have in common. They were all born Muslim. How
Oh, wow.
they have engaged with the faith
Okay.
that they were born into, or in some cases disengaged with it, of course, is a very personal and individual story for all four of them. So let me first introduce our panel this evening, these four extraordinary, independent-minded, fiercely opinionated women, and then I'll frame the terms for the conversation that we hope to have today. First up, Hibak Usman. She's from Somalia, part of a growing movement to end violence against women and also working on delivering sustainable democracy to the Arab world. Zahra Langi is a Libyan women's rights activist. She's from Benghazi. Benghazi is in the news in America for all the wrong reasons, but she's here, of course, for all the right reasons, so welcome, Zahra. Farha Pandit, born in India, that's my country, but then, of course, raised American, was the first ever special representative to Muslim communities under both Secretaries Hillary Clinton and John Kerry. And finally, Somalia-born but Dutch-American, Ayaan Hirsi Ali, perhaps one of the most famous, globally known critics and dissidents of Islam, someone who has actually had to face death threats and a fatwa for her contentious views on the religion that she was born into. Now, at a time when we live in the age of the Islamic State, and at a time of growing radicalism, the question that we are confronted with today as women is whether Islam is innately biased against women. Are Muslim women then somehow more oppressed than women of other faiths? Or is it those who distort Islam who are responsible for this misogyny? That is the question we face today. Of course, some of you might ask why we're here to discuss women in Islam. Why not women and religion? Aren't all religions, Christianity and Hinduism included, tilted against women? And finally, do you even need the excuse of religion to talk about misogyny? Look closer home at Donald Trump. What he said about women, according to me, is so much worse than the Muslim fundamentalists he seeks to keep out of the United States of America.
Okay.
And that would naturally take me to my first question. I want to start with you.
Correction. It was not only the fundamentalists he wanted to keep out, it was Muslims.
What?
No, I said so-called Muslim fundamentalists.
Yes.
And that's why my point is that you don't actually need any religion to display your misogyny in the brazen way that he has. And that would take me to Ayaan. Because you have argued that there is something innately in Islam that is not just violent, but also leans against women. You have traveled the full journey from declaring yourself an atheist at one point to being willing more recently to engage with the reformists within Islam. But you have stuck to your position that there is a problem in the faith. And I would put to you that there are so many misogynists and they belong to so many different religions. Why are you picking only on Islam?
Thank you. Any public relations person will tell you never open your remarks with statistics. And I'm famous for being disobedient. And so I'm going to do just that. And I'm going to take from a Pew Research, and Pew does this research on religion, and particularly in the Islamic world, year after year. In 2013, they had the following question. They have this question all the time, but here goes. Do you favor or oppose making Sharia law or Islamic law the official law of the land in our country? 72% of Indonesians, 99% of Afghanis, 82% of Bangladeshis, 84% of Pakistanis, 74% of Egyptians, and on and on and on it goes, these overwhelming majorities of Muslims who favor Islamic law. My position is, and has always been, let's make a distinction between Islam as a doctrine and Muslims as fellow human beings who are incredibly diverse. I embrace Muslims, but I reject Islamic law.
Oh.
I reject Islamic law because it's totalitarian. I reject Islamic law because it's bigoted, and especially bigoted against women. Where Islamic law becomes the law of the land, if these attitudes are translated into law, women will need a male guardian. Child marriage is reintroduced. You'll be disinherited. If you're raped, it's your fault and you get stoned to death. And we see numerous examples of that today. I reject Islamic law because it's inherently hostile to women. It is so bigoted. And everything we talk about in this conference regarding Islamic women, we condemn all of these practices, but we will not defeat, we will not eradicate these practices unless we talk about the principle, and the principle is enshrined in Islamic law unreformed.
Aren't the orthodoxies, aren't the orthodoxies of all religions inherently misogynistic? I come from a country that has among the largest Muslim populations in the world. Muslim women in India are fighting for the right to enter mosques the same way as men. But guess what? So are Hindu women. Menstruating women of a certain age are not allowed into temples. Closer home here in the United States of America, it's certainly Christianity that informs the debate on abortion. To me, coming from a so-called third world country, I find it shocking that America debates abortion.
We have 30 minutes to talk about women in Islam. I think absolutely everything you said is right. Misogyny exists in every religion, in every culture, and in every geographical territory. But can we please, for just these 30 minutes, focus on the topic?
Oh! What kind of hatred is that?
Because number one, I'm amazed at the betrayal of Muslim women who, for whatever reason, have had an education and are able to emancipate themselves from Islamic law, insisting that Islamic law is not what it is and that we don't understand it. We live in the information age. We are literate. Any of us here can pick up the Holy Quran and read the Hadith, and beyond that, because we live in this age of interconnectedness, we can take a look at the facts of where Islamic law is implemented, what it looks like for everyone, and typically what it looks like for women. So Saudi Arabia is a country that implements Sharia law. Women are not allowed to drive. They have male guardians. Their testimony is worth half of that of men. They are subjected to every possible humiliation that you can think of. Ayatollah Khomeini, in 1979, with a great deal of public approval, became the supreme leader. He implemented Sharia law, Islamic law. You know, one of the first things that he did, he reduced the age of marriage to 9. Everywhere where Islamic law is implemented, you have exactly that. How do they justify it? They'll say, they've said this to me,
Who's
Muslim
the they?
organizations.
Who's the they?
Those who are pushing for Sharia law. And those who want
none
to
of us
implement
are, so
Sharia law.
that's not a matter of debate.
The Prophet Muhammad took Aisha, one of his wives after Khadija died, when she was 6, and had sex with her when she was 9. That is Sharia law. I do not understand how someone
But this is not a debate about Sharia law. But this is not a debate about the Sharia law.
But this
is not a debate about the Sharia.
You want to get rid of child marriage? Get rid of Sharia law.
So you know what? You know what? Although it embarrasses me on a global stage to say this, child marriage is common in many cultures, including in Hindu societies. In India.
Oh my god, guys, this video, I think I'm going to drop the link of the full video because it's so lengthy. It's 1 hour plus. So this is just a summary, a short clip of it. So they came together. They are all Muslims, but majority of them are into other religions right now. The lady that spoke, Ariana, is no more a Muslim. I don't know the religion she is right now. Why is the other one Hindu, like that? There's still one of them that is a Muslim there. So they are there to discuss about the future of women in Islam. like the journalist said, the host said that, people will be surprised. Why is that you're not discussing about the, future of women when it comes to religion? Why must it be only Islam? And it's totally fine. So I see. I just want to point one or two things. She said, made mention of something that if you're raped and maybe, I don't know how she put it, then they will stone you to death. Ha! She said she loved Muslim, she respects Muslim, but what she doesn't like is the law, Islamic law. I want to get to understand the Islamic law she's talking about. Is it true? Or is it something that happened back then and it has been corrected? Or what is it? Because I think she's talking out of pain. Maybe she has experienced, I don't know, I think she had, based on how she spoke, as if she had some terrible experiences, and she's saying it out of pain that, this is because she was born as a Muslim, but she left the religion because she said she was almost, I don't know, murdered or something. She was in danger or something. That's why she had to leave. But this discussion was mostly about the future of women in Islam. I don't know why she deviated, because they invited you to come and talk about, what are we expecting from someone that actually left a religion. Definitely the person will not speak in favor like that of that religion, because person will talk based on their own perspective and their experience. Because now she deviated from the major topic to what, the negative part of, like, what she does not, and she deviated from that to talking about things that she's not cool about when it comes to Islam, the Sharia law, this and that and that. But alright guys, thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to smash the subscribe button for more. Like, share, and comment. I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.